Hello, and thank you for tuning in. Today, we are going to be discussing a simple protocol on how to address having a new dog in your house for the very first day they are there. Many people bring dogs back to the shelter within 24 hours of receiving them, and this is largely due to a lack of understanding of simple dog behaviors. It is important to remember that many of these dogs are in a very new and unfamiliar environment, and they are therefore usually very nervous at first. It is therefore important to develop strategies to ease their nerves. It will take them a little time to settle in, but they'll get there if you give them your time, your love, and your patience. So here are some tips and tricks for the first day or two after bringing home a new foster dog. Number 1, the safe space. Create a safe space for the dog to retreat to if they feel nervous. It is important for the dog to feel like they have a safe space to retreat to if they feel overwhelmed, where they know they will not be bothered and can safely decompress. Make sure that once a safe space is established, that we all in the house respect the safe space. It is always very tempting to smother a cute new dog, but please repress this urge, especially if the dog is in their designated safe space. A prime safe space is one that is usually covered, often in a corner or wherever the dog initially gravitated to when you brought them into your home, has a bed or bedding, and this is also a good spot to give them their food and water. The key here is that we want the dog to have a space they can call their own while they're still adjusting to life in the home. Step 2, be slow. Sudden movements can exacerbate the nervousness or fearfulness of a dog. So try to avoid sudden movements when around a new dog, and if you ever approach the dog, do so slowly. Number 3, the approach. Speaking of approaching the dog, here are some things to focus on when approaching a new dog in your home. Make sure to approach slowly and avoid sudden movements, as previously discussed. Avoid hovering or standing over the dog. Humans are comparatively quite tall, so avoid being scary or a looming figure to your dog by simply not standing over the new dog. Avoid petting their head. Having a hand move towards the dog's head can be a fearful stimulus to many dogs. Remember, petting a dog does not always make them feel better. If you would really like to pet the new dog, do so below their head and move your hand towards the dog slowly. Be sure to read their body language too as you approach, and please respect their communications and feelings. Get low, preferably at the same level as the dog. So if the dog is lying on the ground, join them on the ground. Avoid direct eye contact, as eye contact can often be seen as confrontational to a dog. Listen to the dog's body language. If they look increasingly fearful as you approach, consider backing up and then slowly try again, but this time while giving treats. Essentially, you are using graded counter conditioning to teach the dog that you are nice and safe and associated with treats. Number 4, treats. To help build a positive relationship, both safely and quickly, give treats to the dog so they associate you with positive good things. Repeat each of the following steps at least 10 times or until the dog is not showing any signs of fear nor stress. First, sit at a distance and toss treats to the dog. Do not approach the dog just yet. Next, toss treats at a little bit of a closer distance. Following, continue tossing treats at incrementally closer distances until you are right next to the dog. And then lastly, try having the dog take treats from your open, flat hand. Number 5, other pets. Do not introduce your new foster dog to your own pets on the first day they are in your home. The only exception to this rule will be if they already have previously met your pets and are known to get along well. Allow your foster dog time to adjust to the home without the overstimulation of meeting others. And when introducing your foster dog to your own pets, take it slow and follow the following protocol. The first step of this protocol would be any and all interactions must be supervised. Even if a barrier is up, The foster dog should not be able to see your pets in any manner while unsupervised. Introductions should begin through a barrier, such as a baby gate. This is so the animals cannot come into contact with one another, which will allow the dog time to smell and grow accustomed to the presence of their potential new friend. The only exception to this rule is if any animal in your house, including the new foster dog, it has a known history of barrier frustration or barrier aggression. If this is the case, please refrain from using a barrier. 3. Pair positive interactions with food. Every time the animals interact through the barrier in a pleasant manner, give them each some kibble or a treat. Number 4. If the foster dog and pets are only having positive interactions through the barrier, under strict supervision, the barrier may be removed for the animals to finally meet. Number 5. Pay attention. Pay attention to the foster dog's body language, and please be sure to respect what they are trying to communicate. If they communicate discomfort, respect that discomfort by removing your pet from their area and try to reintroduce them at a later time. Number 6, respect the dog's safe space. Try to prevent your pets from entering your foster dog's designated safe space until each pet has fully bonded with the foster dog. Number 7, feed the animals in separate areas. Feed the foster dog in their designated safe space until they are fully comfortable in your home. Keep the foster dog separate from your pets when they are being fed until they are bonded. This is to prevent resource guarding behaviors from developing. And then finally, we have be patient. Every dog is their own wonderful individual, unique from every other dog in the world. Each has a different story and life experience, and each will adjust to the home at their own pace. Some need nearly no adjustment period, while others require weeks to build trust and become comfortable. So, be patient. Your foster dog's wonderful personality will emerge if you give them the proper time and patience they deserve. If you want any resources on making dogs more comfortable via graded counter conditioning, feel free to reference our resource titled Dog Behavior Modification Guide. Thank you so much!